Hey guys, good afternoon. So you guys really seem to like my other video that I made about saving throughout your life or in the quarantine. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about a mistake that I fell into, so you guys don't have to. I started off when I was young. I fell into the credit card scheme. Um, they're like, "Oh, you have no credit? Come on, build it. You need, if you ever want to buy a house, a car, or whatever it may be, you need to have credit." So I kept, applying online, in person, and I kept not getting approved because I didn't have a credit. So I guess having no credit versus having bad credit, still having no credit is worse than having bad credit. Yeah, the way credit works is just messed up. But ultimately, what happened with me was I ended up with five, not one, not two, but five credit cards, and I maxed them all out. Life was good back then. My parents were alive. I had a really good job, and I just was spoiling myself, my family, my friends, and before I knew it, I was in debt about, I would say, 15, 20K, and I'm still paying for it to this day. They'll find a way to get you. You're gonna have to pay all that money back times the interest. So that's how credit cards work. Their hope is that you will either pay the minimum so that they get money off of you, or that you will end up owing them so that they can get even more money from you. Because the longer you have those debts, the longer they're going to build interest. And most of the time, these cards have really high APRs. And so, what cases, I went from 15K, now I'm down to about 10, 12K. I felt really bad about myself, but at the same time, I talked to other people, and they're like, 20K, that's nothing. Some people are in debt 100 or 60 or 80. But regardless of what people tell you in society, the way society judges you, because they're not going to judge you on your personality or sometimes the way you look, yes, but they're also going to deem you worthy of selling you something or not selling you something, being an owner or not being an owner, based on your credit score, because your credit score is what people judge. And I have a really bad one now because of my past. But if you learn anything from me, this is the video to learn. Don't get credit cards if you don't have to. If you do, get just one. Be responsible with it. Pay it all back. Don't wait to pay the minimum payment or anything like that, because you'll end up owing them more, and you'll end up like me, owing them a lot of money. And you don't want to end up like that. If you learn anything from me, don't max out your credit cards. Don't get them. You don't need them. Don't. Avoid that at all possible. Don't get any loans. Don't get 10 credit cards just because life is good. Because before you freaking know it, nobody ever wants to have bad days, or, days or months, even years, where their life ends up sucking a lot. I didn't want my parents to die. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask to be fired or quit or whatever the heck ended up happening. Life happens is what I'm trying to tell you. And no regrets. I learned from it. I am the woman I am because of those mistakes. And I have learned a lot. But one thing I will say is I'm all about giving back. I'm all about friends, family, community, all that. I am all about that. I will spend my money on my friends, my family. If you are my fan, if you are my family, you know this is true. But I don't have to get into it, because whatever I spend or not spend, that's on my personal, it's personal for me and for those individuals. Nobody else's business. But always, if they're your friends, you gotta love on them. You gotta love on people. All we have is each other. So that's what I did. That's what I do, and I don't regret any of it. However, just stick with one. All I have is now Discovery.
Don't use
I
it.
only use it if I have to, if I have no cash. But I avoid using it at all costs. I'm still trying to pay it back too. It's not maxed. It's close to being maxed, but I'm paying it. Yeah. don't be like me. Don't screw yourself over like that. It just looks bad, and then you end up having to work 3 jobs, and you feel like you're like a hamster or a fish, dead fish. Oh, by the way, I have one alive fish. If you want to know, if you wanted an update, I have one survivor still, and you will never make enough to pay it back. You just pay it back over time. I do know somebody who claimed that they don't want to answer the calls or don't want to pay until they have all the money. Don't wait. Just pay whatever you can. You know, they'll work with you. They'll set up a payment where you can pay it off eventually, more than never, because you will have to pay that money back. That's the unfortunate thing about credit, and it will mess up your score, and it's gonna be really hard to fix it. They're like, Jeanette, why don't you sign up for bankruptcy? Not my style. I don't want 10 years of bankruptcy on my credit. I think that's even worse, but that's just me being prideful. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Please learn from my mistake and comment, like, and subscribe.